There's a lot of people in this country that waited a long time to get in and did the right thing, and they're here and they're prosperous. But anybody that walks across the border or runs across the border, they broke. It's a crime. It's a crime to just run through the border. You can't do that. So they're criminals. End of story. If we did that in another country, they'd arrest us and deport us immediately. So, and as far as Trump goes, I don't like everything he says or does, but you know what? If he makes the place safer and stronger, and that's all I care about. Just need to get along, man. We're all Americans at the end of the day. That's it. We got it. We all got to get along. This division's crazy. I'm 50 years old, man. I've never seen anything like it. We all need to love each other and get along. It's our country.
Well, I'm gonna be quick. As far as the border goes, there are no countries in the world where you can just cross the border and just enter the country without any consequences. So if you cross the border, naturally you are violating the country's law and you deserve to get deported. That's all I'm gonna say on that. And as far as Trump goes, I believe he's gonna save this country. This country is sitting on a $36 trillion debt, which is costing $1 trillion in GDP just for the interest. So basically, another 20 years like this, the U.S. would have been bankrupt, just like Germany was during World War II, where your money would be valued to zero. So he's making a lot of hard decisions that are required to be done in order to save this country. Okay. So there are a lot of things about him, but in a grand scheme of things, you need somebody who's going to come and do the hard work. It's not always easy to do the hard work.
So as far as immigration goes, I'm a first generation on my mother's side, American. And my mother, my grandmother, uncles, everybody came over here legally, did paperwork. And I do believe in making sure that you come over here legally. But then I do also feel for the other people that have such a hard time in the other countries because they are so very poor. That's just my heart. But I feel you do have to come here legally. We cannot just keep taking care of everybody. We can't. We got to take care of our own also. So I mean, it's just I have mixed feelings on it. I really do. So that's my perspective on that. And then as far as Trump goes, all I could do is pray. I mean, I'm not saying that I dislike the guy. I guess he's doing what he feels like, is best for us. I don't know. I don't agree with everything. I'll put it to you like that. I don't agree with everything.
All right. So I'm not going to, I don't want to make this against anyone in particular, okay? But there's a lot of things that people that are sitting at home, they're not seeing it, okay? I see it. I'm in the medical field, like I said. I see a lot of the doctor's office, the hospitals. We have to. It's costing us. We have to.
I'm in the medical field too. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Right. We have to get interpreters to speak the language because they come into the hospital. They don't have proper ID. We have to get someone that can understand them at the admissions. Okay. Schools, we have to hire people. They come over here. The kids don't speak English. And I have nothing against kids. I love kids. I don't care who they are. We have to pay for someone to come in special to teach these kids. These kids are teaching their parents to speak. That's a good thing.
This also happens in other countries where you.
I understand that.
Okay.
I'm just saying what it's cost in the United States.
Okay.
What about? Let me say this. What about the housing cost? Look at the housing costs in our country right now. You can't bring 20, 30 million people in here and not have enough homes built. And all of a sudden they're renting, sometimes 2 or 3 families rent a place and they divide it. And I understand that. But I mean, then people don't have any place to live that are born in, citizens here. It's just not right.
They didn't give us time. They pushed them in here. They pushed them in here quick. And we got to catch up. So I understand why he's holding everything off right now. He's evaluating everything. He's seeing where the money's being spent. If they'll just give him some time, I think it's going to be wonderful for all of us. I don't want it to be hard on anyone.
Right.
I don't want anyone to get deported that's a good citizen that's paying into our country. I don't want them to lose. I don't want them to leave. But the misinformation about the kids being taken out of here, he has not, one child has not been deported from this country. Not one.
Can I take a motion? Yeah, let me make two quick points. The first one is the issue with the housing primarily is the problem I point out earlier is inflation. If the government keep printing money, they making the money they making the money lose value. Therefore, you're gonna need more money to buy the same house. So that that must come into some kind of control where the government cannot just print $7 trillion like the previous administration did. That's a big problem. The second point I wanted to make is I'm a Haitian immigrant myself. I did come here legally, and I understand Haiti, my country, has a lot of problems. And the main problem with Haiti is that we don't have law. We don't have a working, functioning government. But even though there's a lot of problems in the country, the solution cannot be to go violate some other countries' laws. That's like we're making this country become the country we try to escape from. So I mean, the other countries have issues, but the solution cannot be to cross the border to come to the U.S. illegally. So that's a non-starter for me. Yes. So I don't know. I think, yeah.
I know I'm with I know I feel like all of the people that have come over here that are oh god criminals, you know, because I know they let out these people from different prisons out of, I don't want to say which countries because I'm not trying to be, you know, but there's a lot over here, and then there's a lot of gangs over here. They all need to bounce. Got to get up out of here. Ain't got time for that nonsense. Take it on back.
Yeah.
Take it on back.
100%.
We should have done the same thing they did because our jails are full of them. You can go to each county and city, and if it has the jail view, you can see that they're in there. You can, you know, they need to do exactly what the other countries did: empty out our prisons. Everybody that's in our prison system that doesn't belong here, ship them back first. Then ship the ones that's anybody that's committed a crime. Don't give them a second chance. We've got people they're letting go 2 and 3 times. They've committed different crimes and they're letting them back out.
I know
They
it's not
should
all
be
about
known.
criminals. It's not all about criminals. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you. I just saw
Well, I
Yeah, but
mean,
anybody that, I mean, in the last 4 years, I mean, what is it, 20 million, 30 million? Nobody really knows. I mean, that's just
No.
insane. So, you know, take the ones back from 3 years ago, whatever, 4 years ago. You got to go back if you're not here legally and you're not. I mean, there's people in this country, you know, I'm Puerto Rican and Italian. And I'm going to tell you, there's people in this country that have been here 15, 20 years and they still haven't applied to get their citizenship. You know, I mean, if you're gonna move here, you know, get your citizenship, do it the right way, and enjoy the life.
And
Work hard.
there's plenty of people that'll do their papers. They just don't want to do them.
No, it's not that. It's not about that.
I don't think they don't want to do them. I don't think they want to do them. Sometimes you just get complacent.
She's not even letting me talk. Like I was saying,
let me make a point real quick.
you guys have the point, but you guys are being like with. I think she's just, you know, she has no humble. She's not being humble. You're not being humble.
Ma'am,
You're
you act-
not. You're not being humble. You're being
ma'am,
racist.
you don't know what
You're being
humble is. Look
racist
at
about
your,
things. Yes,
Ma'am.
you are. You're
You
being
don't know
racist.
what
Let
Sorry,
me
you're
let me
being
make a point.
racist.
Okay? These are just trigger words and
You're
stuff.
saying everything's gonna be
accusing
wonderful
me
with
of not
Trump.
being humble.
Well, I don't
Okay,
agree
listen
with
to me.
you. I
Look
don't.
at her. She's
Hold on,
accusing me
Mr.
of
I
not
don't
being
agree with
humble.
you.
Look at
Why all
her.
the
I don't
yelling?
have to agree with you. It's freedom of speech.
2-year-old.
Freedom
How
of
old are you?
speech.
3?
No,
How old are you?
you.
10?
Let me make a.
No, are you 10?
No, you are. You're
No,
acting like a
no.
10-year-old.
Look, you're
You
you're
can't
acting
talk
like
quick.
you're just
normal.
being a
No.
racist. That's what you're being.
I think that this whole problem started obviously this uh, with Biden allowing 10, 15 million people, just complete open borders. And it was an issue before he was in, but we just cannot keep this level of immigration coming in, especially you're getting people from all countries, terrorists, criminals. Um, about Trump, I do believe that he's doing everything possible to reverse all the damage that Biden did. I couldn't stand listening to the girl at the very top that you just removed, and everything's racist, everything's against Mexicans. I'm a naturalized American citizen, been here for 35 years. I came here when I was 16, and I can tell you the most damaging thing is for the legal immigrants, all the new illegals that are coming in.
No, he's doing a horrible job. He's finna destroy America. It's not about immigrants and not about criminals. Those are all smoke and mirrors. Because if it's about criminals, he would have never released them out of prison. The J6, the web guy that sold drugs over the internet, he would never release them. If it were about immigrants coming over illegal, he wouldn't be talking about getting rid of birth citizen rights. So it's all about power control, and it's all about white supremacists. That's why he's destroying the civil rights movement. Everything that's dealing with civil rights, the DEI, and DEI don't just go for black folk. That's for everybody. And he getting rid of the citizen rights. So they're taking away the power to vote. That's all part of the civil rights. So that's why he told you, he said you won't be able to just vote this time. You won't have to vote anymore. Because once he get rid of the immigrants, get rid of the birthright citizenship, there's less people to vote against the Republican Party.
Yeah, so for me, my stance on the question is that as far as immigration has been an issue in America. Now, the difference between now and then is that now there is actually, with the rise of social media and availability of information, there is a lot of misinformation on immigration policies and, the processes and all that. And if you look at the last administration, they didn't really enforce it. So when a law is not enforced, it's not respected by the citizen. And I feel like that's where we are. Now, as far as Trump is concerned, I think Trump is doing okay. I think he started off very fast, but I think if we give him time as Americans, I think we should see some benefits with it.
So to the first one, to immigration, I just feel like we have bigger issues in this country, and they just trying to make sure we focus on immigration for their bigger agenda that they're trying to push. So it's just a big distraction because immigrants are not that, like, we just have bigger issues. And a lot of these people that they're trying to deport are just waiting on their paperwork. Like, they actually have filed and they actually did try to do it the right way. Some people, their work visas just expired, or their student visas just expired, and they're waiting on the paperwork, and now all of a sudden they're being deported. Or maybe they had a child here and they started a whole family, a whole life. That's the American dream that they've pushed, like, oh, come to America, you'll be saved and whatnot. And now all of a sudden it's, oh no, come here, like all these contingencies. But as far as Trump goes, I don't know. Like, this is people saying that he might possibly do good. I don't see it. So I don't know. It's giving dictator.
As far as immigration, I believe that, no, I don't hear anybody talking about YT immigrants. More than 200,000 Ukrainians have come here. Are refugees. Nobody seems to, MAGA does not seem to care about Hispanic refugees, and they care about the YT refugees, but they don't care about the refugees of color. The borders have never, so it's all about racism. Trump has just used his, this immigration thing, I think it was just a way to pander to his base, because half of America is racist. And that was just his way. That's how he became a demagogue. Trump is a demagogue. And he used racism. He used immigration. He pandered to people's feelings, and these racist people's feelings. And now everybody is in love with him. And it doesn't matter what Trump does, what Trump says. It is Kool-Aid that people have been drinking. He actually told people to drink bleach. So he's just feeding people poison.
I'm listening to the conversation, what you guys are saying, and I agree with that woman 100%. I'm being honest, and this is coming from Ireland. Ireland is in the house, and I'm saying it. What? Because I'm going against all these Americans. I'm trying to behave myself. That woman, I'm trying to behave myself. I'm trying to behave.
Just say what
Oh
you
my
know,
God,
what you
God bless.
feel. That's all.
First of all, I'm an immigrant. You probably understand. You can my accent. You probably tell about it already. I've been here for 30 years. Um, I came here illegally. I'm legal now, and I hate it for everybody going through this shit. It hurts to see people going or whatever because they're saying they're taking criminals, which I'm against criminals. I hate drug cartels. I hate everything about it. When I was 16 years old, I got shot 3 times, and I'm not a bad guy.
I'm from here. I ain't getting shit for free. I pay my kids is
Exactly.
my
And a
kids is
lot of
my
them,
kids
a
is
lot of them are arrogant. They're very arrogant.
my kids is the insurance baby. I pay out of pocket. I pay $600 some every month, and for all mine. So for me, anybody who say that I'm married to an illegal that we getting shit for free, baby, no.
Well, I was born here. My parents are from Mexico, but how dare you say that? Not everybody's the same. Just you're
I don't
calling
think
like
they're all the same.
Mexican,
I don't think they're all
no,
the
yeah, you
same.
are saying that. No,
No,
I
I
don't.
don't think they're all the
Yeah,
same.
you forget where you come from, and remember, Americans are they're not legal. They're immigrants yourself. You're immigrants yourself too. Now that Trump only wants white people, that's different. Okay.
I'm part Native American. This land is mine too, okay?
Why
If
you
you want
guys
to
want to
say that,
divide
that
us
it was
so
stolen,
bad?
Yeah,
if
well,
you
you
want to
know what?
say it was
It's not
stolen,
anybody's land. It's
I'm just
everybody's
telling
land.
you it's more
Excuse me.
mine
Well,
than it
I'm
is
telling you,
yours
I'm an
because I'm
American
Cherokee.
citizen myself. I'm an American citizen myself.
I'm just
You
saying,
see?
if you want to
No,
say that
just
the
the way
land
you're
was
saying it, you're
stolen,
saying it like you have every right. Everybody has rights.
Okay,
no,
can I
I'm not
talk?
saying
Yes,
it. I'm not
yes,
Can
saying
I
this. You're
talk?
yes.
putting words in my mouth.
Yes.
You have got a guilty conscience for some reason because you're
No,
putting
I
words
don't
in
have
my
a
mouth.
guilty conscience. Trust me, I don't have a guilty conscience because I know I was born here.
You
Just
picked
because
the wrong
I'm proud of being
person for your.
Mexican, that doesn't tell me anything.
You picked the wrong person for your fight, lady.
Well,
Because
yeah,
I'm
you
not
know
going to have
what?
any
I don't
sympathy
care
on
what you
you.
say. I'm
You're
giving my opinion. We can give
okay, but
opinions.
you're
Freedom
mean
of
to the. You
speech,
don't
right?
have to.
Freedom of
You
speech,
don't have
right?
to make it personal.
It's freedom of speech, right?
Yes, it is.
Miss
Exactly,
Bethany.
I
exactly.
wasn't born here, but I
Oh
carry my
Lord.
citizenship passport because I still be worried. But I wasn't born here, but I'm a U.S. citizen. But I bring on my passport.
Okay, can I talk, panel? Please. Everybody screaming over each other. Please, please, panel. Okay. I think we are forgetting we are in a deficit. We are in a deficit. I am a taxpayer. I do not want to pay for people's 4 to 5 star hotel rooms, like in my area that they're paying for people because they can't put them in shelters because there's no space. I don't want to pay for that. I don't want to pay for debit cards because y'all decide y'all don't want to eat that food. I don't want to pay for people coming here unenlivened people like Lake and Riley. I don't want to pay for people that's pew pew and NYPD. I don't want to pay for that. I'm great.
You're
But
not the
come
only one
here,
that's not praying for it.
come
We
here
all pay
legally.
taxes.
Hold on,
Come
let
here
Listen,
her
we all
legally.
pay taxes. What
Come
you
here
talking
legally,
about?
and I don't want to pay for that. Come here
let her
legally.
talk. Let her talk.
Be vetted. Come here, get vetted. Come here the right way. Get vetted, and that's it. We got laws for a reason, and this is why Donald Trump is doing his job.
I'm also coming from a country in South Africa. We have almost 9 million illegal immigrants.
the way that we try to deal with this is very hard, and we can't put all the blame on Donald Trump. He is trying to litigate this whole issue on immigration. Most people won't see it because they are not affected. But if you look at the statistics, the Hispanics, they voted for this. The blacks, they voted for this. But we just gotta find a way of dealing with the way that they are now just racially profiling people. But it won't stop them from deporting people. It won't stop them from all doing this whole thing that they promised the majority of Americans that voted for them.
Yeah, I agree with him. The stuff that's going on, and I'm going to tell you something. We just got over a 4-year freak show, in my opinion. Okay. It has been crazy. And I'm going to tell you something. These people that are coming over here from these other countries, and I'm not talking about Hispanics, okay? I'm talking about all these guys that came over here military age. They said they were fleeing their country. You know what? How are you going to flee your country and leave your women and children behind? Nobody that's fleeing a dangerous country is going to leave their women and children behind. What kind of man is that? It's not true. They're over here for other reasons. And we've got people who are dropping in our streets because these people are bringing stuff over. If you will just do your research, they just did a bust that is horrendous. I mean, thousands and thousands of fentanyl pills. Excuse my language. I don't think I'm supposed to say that on here.
Border became too porous. The border wasn't
Yes.
controlled. Everyone was just coming in. And this is a strain, like, Doberman was saying, we are paying for these people to stay in hotels.
Yeah.
They were getting
And we can't.
iPhones. They were just, they were able to afford a car. We are failing to just pay our medical bills. We are failing to pay for our phone bills. But someone just comes in and wants things to be handed over to them. I understand how hard it is, but what about us who are trying to do the legal way? What
They're not
about
even
us who
trying
are
to learn
paying those
language.
lawyers so that we can get what we want? I'm just being pushed
Yeah.
aside. Those that got married and are doing the legal way are just being pushed aside, waiting years and years and years. But they're doing the legal way. And we are
Yes.
Right.
saying that's right for someone to just come in and do whatever they want. That's not fair.
We don't
Yep.
talk about how homelessness went up. We don't talk
Yep.
about how
Americans cannot
the
even afford
consumer,
to pay
we don't
their
talk
rent.
about how the consumer price index, which you pay for goods, went up 20%. We don't talk about that.
I mean, if
Yep.
we go to
Under the
Mexico, if we
Biden-Harris
go to
administration.
Venezuela illegally, we get to be sent to
What do you say
jail.
I'm buying?
Why is it
Look
in
at
their
what
countries
Trump
if you
is
come
doing now.
illegally, you get
Oh,
sent to
so what did
jail?
Trump
Let's hear
do?
her, Mac. Let's hear her, Mac.
What is Trump doing now?
Let's hear it.
Right.
What is Trump doing now?
What?
You know,
He's making
groceries
America
are
great again.
expensive. If you
He
go
had
to the
you.
store, they're expensive. And you
Do
guys,
you know?
everything.
Okay.
The thing about you guys, sometimes you guys, the thing that what bothers me is that you guys right away you blame Biden. He's not the president anymore.
How long
Trump
has he
is.
been in office?
Excuse me.
Trump
How
is.
long
Trump
has
just
he
It
been in
came
is
in.
office?
Trump
Biden's
just came
fault.
in, and
What are
you
you
know what
Oh
talking
my
Trump is
God,
about?
he
doing?
It
hasn't even
doesn't
been in
matter.
2
Trump is
years.
Yes, just
trying
the way
to
Trump.
put things
Ignorant.
When
back
Trump
in
took,
order.
Hold on.
when
Because
Trump
Miss
Kamala
took,
and Biden
Batwoman.
were
when
garbage.
Trump took, before that,
Miss
who
Batwoman.
was?
Kamala and
No,
Biden were
ma'am.
not
Hold
nothing.
on, I
Everyone
got
They
her
did
right
knows
now.
the
I
nothing.
got her.
laws,
I got
and
her,
you
y'all.
need
I
to
got
follow
her.
the
I got
laws.
her,
You need
y'all.
to
I got her,
follow what
y'all.
is on the
Hold on,
law.
9
Mac. Hold
days.
You
on,
have
Mac.
a law from your own
Miss
country that you
Batwoman.
want
She
people
Miss
to
said
follow.
Batwoman.
she
Hold
wanted
on.
to
I
go
got
on
Yeah,
Wait a
her.
hold.
what?
minute,
You have a
Mac.
problem with
Hold on.
Batwoman?
I got
You have
her.
a
I got
problem with
her.
Batwoman?
Miss
You
Batwoman.
Yes,
have a
we do.
problem
Yes, we
with
do.
Batwoman?
Miss
Yes.
Yeah,
Batwoman.
let her speak for a
Yeah,
I
you
minute.
bet
like
Let her
it?
you.
respond.
What's wrong with it? What? Freedom of speech. You don't like me saying
Miss
nothing about Trump?
Batwoman.
That's what's wrong with it.
That's
Miss
freedom of speech.
Batwoman. Hold on, you
Freedom of
guys. Let me
speech,
talk,
girl.
y'all.
Don't forget
She won't
that.
let you.
Miss Batwoman. What was the inflation rates under the Biden-Harris administration? Can you tell me? I bet you can't tell me a fact. I bet you could tell me your feelings, though. Can you tell me a fact?
Because all you talk about is what Trump does. He's not doing anything for our
No, you
Okay,
country.
are
she
Yes, he
can't
being
is.
He's
debunk us.
not
Yes,
She's
he
doing.
just
is.
saying
emotional. The
You
feelings.
problem is
we already had
you
him
are
for 4
Yes, he
becoming
years.
is,
We
Miss
already
Bat.
emotional
had him
to
for 4 years.
laws.
We don't need him here.
The
We don't
laws
want
are
him here.
there.
He's
Why
a
are you
criminal.
Okay, you want to
Remember,
emotional
complain.
to the
you
laws?
guys are
Follow the
hypocrites
law.
about
So you want to
being
complain.
Follow the
saying
law.
I
about criminals
prefer
when he's a
somebody
criminal
that
himself.
knows where he's
So how
exiting
you
or
want
entering the
people?
stage.
You're being hypocrite about it because you're
I'm not
talking
a
about
hypocrite.
taking out the
I'm not a
criminals.
hypocrite.
He's one. He should be the first one out of here. You should
You
be
are
in jail.
Calm
becoming
down. Calm
emotional to the
Yeah.
down.
wrong
Calm down.
thing.
You're screaming
Hold
because
on
you
one
don't know
second.
facts.
Hold on one
Yeah, that's
second,
the
y'all.
thing.
Hold
She's
on.
Exactly. I'm
becoming
with
You don't
Marco.
know
emotional.
your facts. You
Hold on,
don't
hold
know
on,
your
hold on, hold
facts.
on.